This is a quick spoiler warning, so if you haven't finished Skyrim, then most of this video will ruin some of the best parts of the game. So there you go. Ooh, whatto chaps, I'm Magical Mike, and you can follow me on Twitter at YTMagicalMike for, let's be honest, I don't know why you would. Just throwing it out there because I feel like I have to. Anyway, we're going to move on with the countdown, so we're going to finally get to number 1, Sovngarde. So, where the hell do I even start with this one? Let's just say that if any afterlife does turn out to be real, I hope so much that it is Valhalla. Everything about Sovngarde was, and still is, fantastic. In fact, this would be an appropriate time to use the word epic and have it actually mean something for once. Even just entering the place is empowering. Opening the portal feels like you've ripped dimensions apart, all while you're being watched by a couple of dragons that they don't want to attack you unless you attack them. They seem to acknowledge your power or something. It's a little bit creepy, but awesome, so good. Stepping into the Nord afterlife for the first time was something else. Forget everything you've been through already, because this final area of the game oozes so much character that you will pretty much guarantee that you'll want to keep a separate save game just so that you can walk around here again and again. The Nordic theme really shows here. The runed pillars welcome you to the area, which quickly becomes a bit more foreboding than you'd expect. I would advise you though to stop for a second and just listen to the music though. No other music in the entire game can compare to the choir singing about the Dovahkiin in this area. I'd also recommend taking a long look at the sky as well. It's bloody beautiful, look at that. Who needs realism when you've got this? Descending into the mist reveals the occasional lost soul, trying to find its way to Shaw's Hall. They speak in a very poetic manner that echoes Vikings of old, and, well, I would assume that it would echo Vikings of old. I've never met one, but perhaps I will one day. What am I talking about? But don't get too attached to these guys, because Alduin will quickly swoop down and just steal them without you even noticing, as soon as you turn your back. The mist can be dispersed by your Thum, but I would recommend not bothering because it's more atmospheric. You'll also meet people on your way that you've previously seen die in the rest of the game. I think it's a neat touch to see them again. At the end of the area you'll come across a bridge, but this one isn't a rainbow one. This one is made of huge bones and is guarded by the Guardian, of course, called Soon, a man of huge stature that decides he needs to test your strength before you enter the hall. He'll ask you various questions, and you get choices depending on what you've actually done in the game. I think that's a nice touch, but as with Alduin later on and earlier on, he isn't much of a challenge. Shaw's Hall itself is massive. The outside is just as visually impressive as the inside, and just walking up to the doors give you a great sense of scale. Imagine like Azura's shrine, but just a bit better. Upon entering the hall, you'll be greeted by Ysgramor, and if you've been paying any attention to the story, you'll realise who that is, and he'll direct you to the Nords that banished Alduin once before. But I would say take the time to check out all the other famous Nords too. There's tons of them in this hall, along with just unnamed heroes of old, and there's some notable people here, and if you're interested, I'd say go and have a look. Anyway, the heroes take you outside and you combine your shouts to clear the mist. I think I'll just let this stuff play out, because after this point, it's such an amazing part to the game.
We cannot fight the foe in this mist.
Clear skies! Combine our shouts! Look! Again! Look!
Does his strength have no end? Is our struggle in vain?
Stand fast! His strength is failing! Once more and his might will be broken!
One more time, and the World Eater must face us!
Look! The endless wait gives way to battle. No escape this time! Worm.
Lucky Baluki.
Down with you, damn worm!
What's on?
Unfortunately though, Alduin himself is still fairly easy if you've got anywhere decent gear, or if you've got a stash of potions with you. It doesn't take away from how much I enjoyed the conclusion, it just made the fight a bit shorter. If anything, I'd recommend taking a worse weapon than you would normally use, just so that you can make the fight last a bit longer. The meteors falling in the final conversation can cause some distractions though, so let it be noted that there are some problems with this part of the game. However, on the whole, it's easily the best part of the game, and nothing else beats this. This was under no contention at all. As soon as I got here, there was just no question about how good this was going to be. So there you have it. Those were my top 5 best bits from Skyrim. Sure, most of them are from the main story, but I think Bethesda did such an incredible job with it that I just had to include as much as I did. I'm quite interested as to how much you guys agree with my choices, and even what your top 5 would be, so if you have any comments, then I'd love to hear them, and you can leave them in the comment section, or you can follow me on Twitter at YTMagicalMike for generic rubbish, and you can tweet me there if you like. I hope you enjoyed the series as much as I enjoyed playing through these parts and making these videos, and I will see you next time. Cheerio.